something happened on YouTube. So I don't know what it was, but I guess we're back now. Does it show we're back?
It's not showing that
It's
we're
not
back
showing
on
we're
my
back.
end, but Brad was able to comment.
Little doggy said, there we are. So we must be.
Yeah, we must
be
be.
back.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So where I was when we came back and you couldn't hear me is apparently in the chat, shit talking's going on because Andy said he's apologizing to Sorsby for the pain he's going to cause tomorrow. So remind me, who is taking what tomorrow?
So,
Pause.
yeah, and we are back now on YouTube.
Okay, good.
And they just wanted to, and they wanted to give everybody a fair chance to get their right spot.
Yeah,
on the point
I guess so.
forward. So, what's going on tomorrow? Let's see. So I'm supposed to take a wrestling chop.
Okay.
Bundy is supposed to take a tortilla slap.
Okay.
And then Sorsby is taking a paintball shot in lieu of me taking it. Yeah, he stepped up and said, "Hey, I'll take it."
Somehow, someway, you ended up with the lightest issue, the almost the lightest thing.
I disagree, man. Those wrestling chops can hurt. You ever had somebody's handprint left on your chest?
No.
You know?
No, I can't say that I have.
Yeah, man.
No.
It could hurt.
Let's see what people are saying about it. A lot of people talking about the food here, so apparently we hit something here.
Tactical said I'm a weasel.
A weasel.
No, I just got people that, they got my back. Sorsby said, "Hey, man, I'll do it. Give me some wise guys."
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, he did. He did offer, didn't he? He's the proxy there. No chocolate gravy here either. Been 47 years. I'm sorry, Brad. Brandon said fried taters. Little doggy said with grandma it's coconut cake. I don't like coconut at all.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't.
There
It's
was
like
another-
onions. That's the texture.
There was a old lady in my neighborhood. She was kind of, the everybody's grandma person, And she used to make these things, especially around Christmas time. She called it like puppy chow or something like that, but it was essentially, I think they call it mud buddies down here. But it was like Chex Mix that was covered in chocolate with like a powdered sugar on it. It was really good, man. It was a good little
interesting.
treat, yeah.
Like little balls or
No, it was like, Chex, like Chex Squares, like the cereal.
Like the cereal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen that before. Yes. What else is on? Somebody else was saying something about. Turkey said coconut is trash. Yeah, I just don't love it. It's just a texture thing. Little doggy said coconut cake is an art form. I bet it probably is. I mean, I bet it really, truly is difficult. What is the favorite food that you had as a kid that you wish you had more of now? Maybe, it was your grandma that made it and she can't make it now because she's not here, Brandon said fried tater with onions and kielbasa sausage. Yeah, no, that was a dish my mom used to make.
Yeah.
Every probably once a month at least. She would do that.
Now we're on and off on Facebook again.
What now?
Now we're cutting
What
in
is
and out
going
on Facebook.
What the hell is going on right now? Somebody help me. What is going on right now? Oh, Brandon said fixed it. It randomly dropped, so I restarted it.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was, yeah.
Brad said Route 44 Sprite Zero with coconut flavor.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Sounds
man.
like a Sonic order, yeah.
It does sound like a Sonic order. Yeah, it definitely does sound like a. By the way, I don't know if this is a popular or unpopular opinion, but the Sonic Smasher Burger is better than Freddy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It's absolutely better than Freddy's. My wife makes something that my son loves called tater tot casserole.
Oh, yeah.
And he loves that. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he'll kill it. He'll kill that big time.
Yeah, my mom used to, well, I mean, I'm sure she still would, but she made that. That was like a popular dish that my dad always got requested to bring in was, we called it hamburger casserole. But yeah, same thing, yeah.
Yeah, so, and you liked it a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was popular.
It was a popular thing amongst us. The biggest, and nobody ever made them, out of my family, but the biggest thing that we could get up there that was always delicious, I'm going to try and get one next week, actually, when I go up there for the midgets. They were called pasties. And it was like a gigantic pot pie.
Okay.
So dough, and then it would have either steak, potatoes, carrots, whatever inside, and you put a gravy over it. And really, seriously, just but it was all, homemade, fresh ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are delicious.
Yeah, it was a different kind of cooking back then.
Yeah.
You know, when my grandmother cooked, it's different. And my wife cooks just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, she's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was different then. I mean, like grandmothers were chef level cooks.
Right.
They didn't play around.
Well,
Like, their
and
stuff-
I mean, a lot of times you want it. That's the man of the house wanted some food that's going to stick to his ribs and help him throughout the day. You know,
Yeah.
You've got miners and factory workers, and
That's right. That's right. And the ladies got in there and cooked it up, right?
right, they knew how to make
That's
it.
that. It was.
That's. I mean, there's
kind of how it went.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Tactical Turkey said, "Give me your tots, Rich." It's from Napoleon Dynamite.
stay away from my tots.
Remember that?
Man. Jeez, yeah.
No, get your own. Little doggy said, "I make the best meatloaf any person's ever made. I do this consistently." Now there you go. He said, "I don't play when it comes to chili or meatloaf." He does have an award-winning chili recipe, and a lot of people have won awards with it. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, they've used his recipe and won cook-offs with it. That's how good his recipe is, his chili recipe. So if you want to make a good chili and you don't have a good recipe, go get Little Doggy's recipe. I think he's got it online somewhere, don't you, Mike? Because it's for real. It's for real. Little Doggy said, "I also make a hash brown casserole." My wife, the thing that Mike's kind of a chef level cook too, and the thing that she liked, he made a a bacon Alfredo.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Something I think that's what it is, but it's unbelievable. Yeah. So that's how you get fat right there. Stuff like that, you know. I was talking to when I was talking to Bundy the other day, and I was like, so just tell me, because I'm always curious when I talk to people who have they're real slender,
Right.
not skinny, but just athletically slender, that like the normal body weight you're probably supposed to be.
Right.
And I'm like, so, how does your eating work? And he said, yeah, I don't eat breakfast and lunch at all. I just eat a little dinner. I'm like, That's it? That's all you eat? Yeah, that's it. I was like, oh. I don't know if I can do that, but I need to do that.
I'm glad to know that works out for him because I do the same thing and clearly not.
No?
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe the copious amount of Mountain Dew you're consuming.
No, that had nothing to do with it.
No,
Man.
that's nothing but pure, the highest sugar count.
Stop
of anything.
spreading your lies, Patrick.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm completely lying about it. All right.
Hey, did you hear about so I guess and I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I've caught, little blurbs and of course busy and just getting back over the weekend. But apparently there was a shooting in Little Rock, or I don't know if anybody was actually shot, but at some point some gunfire rang out. This was downtown.
Oh, no.
Some videos were released by some, I guess, teenagers that were around and screaming and everything.
Oh, my
Anyways,
God.
it's blown up and through the summer. So I guess now the Little Rock Board of Directors has chose to adjust the current curfew policy in Little Rock.
Okay, so now what?
So it says it would extend the current weekday curfew to include weekends. Kind of curb this mentality of what they've seen as far as unsupervised teenagers that are in droves right now, that are creating opportunities for dangerous activity. Basically says, according to the ordinance, it shall be unlawful for any minor to be upon the streets, sidewalks, parks, playgrounds, public places, vacant lots, basically outside of their house between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. So
I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, there was no time I was out after 10 p.m.
Yeah.
and I was not up to no good. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I mean, unless I was working,
right.
which was not common at that age for sure.
Yeah.
So if I was a teenager, if I was out after 10, I was doing something stupid.
Yeah, it says this comes after a weekend shooting downtown near East Markham.
Yeah.
Video shows fights and dozens of teens fleeing after gunfire. Some as young as 16 were arrested.
This is down at the River Market?
Yeah.
What are teens doing? You can't drink as a teen. What are you doing at the River Market anyway? I mean, why are teens at the River Market? I mean,
Yeah.
I could understand at 1 o'clock, I guess, if there's something down there for the show or something. But Otherwise, what are you doing down there?
Apparently, they're going into, it says business owners. So I'm just reading this article
Okay.
and gathering, but it says business owners like Hertz Donut Company
Yeah.
said this type of chaos isn't new. When that curfew ends, the kids are all coming down to the State House Convention Center because that's not part of the entertainment district.
Oh.
They've been gathering over one block by the hundreds with nothing else to do besides coming to Hertz Donut.
You don't need to be doing that anyway. No. I mean, why would you want to gather? That's not even a good place to gather. You never heard of a bonfire? Go find somebody who has a big yard with an acre or two. Put a bunch of stuff in the middle, light it on fire, and do whatever the hell you want around that fire.
Right.
Nobody cares as long as you don't shoot guns and somebody has to come see you.
Hey, you can even throw a car in there, and the news will just say you're having a peaceful.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
chill
You're just
time.
watching cars burn.
Right.
No, I mean that's what you're supposed to do. That's what we did. We did. Somebody had a big piece of property.
Right.
They'd start a bonfire, and
Everybody
all
would get together and
all the stuff that you expect should happen when you're young and stupid was happening. People are smoking, they're drinking, they're
right. Everybody's
making
bringing some
out,
type
they're
of
doing
party
whatever.
favor they're not
Yeah,
supposed to have.
They're doing all that, but they're doing it in a location, in some land where you're safe
Right.
and you're away from the public.
Right. Right.
That's how you do it. You got to be smart. I don't like admitting this, but there was a time. This was when my sons were. Oh my God. How old were they? I think that one of them was 19 and the other was maybe 16. And I guess they decided they were going to smoke,
Yeah.
and I don't mean a cigarette, a left-handed cigarette. And they went down to a park in Benton, to a park, like a city park,
Yeah.
and just parked there. And I'm like,
Why?
it's the worst place in the world
Right?
you could go. And guess what happened? An officer pulled up, and they had just chiefed a blizzy.
Oh
And so,
no.
literally like a Cheech and Chong movie when
Right.
he rolled the window down, a fog rolled into the officer's face. What was he going to do? Now I got very fortunate. They picked up the phone and they called me.
Oh, okay.
And they, Mr. Beam, can I talk to you for a minute? Yeah, what's going on, man? We've got your son. Oh,
Damn it.
oh, I said, man, you guys are idiots. Idiots. No, you don't hang out in the park. The police are just driving around looking for things. They're always going to come through the park. It's where everybody
Right.
knows to do
To
stupid
do,
shit.
yeah. That's
The
not smart about
dumbasses
doing
go to
it.
the park.
Right.
You're a dumbass now. Don't be a dumbass. You have a shed behind our house. Go smoke in the shed behind the house. Idiot.
Did you end up smoking it up with him after?
No, hell no.
No.
No, man. Hell no. No, I didn't smoke with my kids. First of all, they didn't know forever.
Right.
Until both, my oldest didn't. But they figured out when they were, I think, late. One of them was late teens, the other was just out of teens, and they finally figured out. But no, I never smoked with them as kids ever.
Yeah.
Nor did I make it look cool or do it around them or anything like that. Now I'm not knocking anybody else. That
Right.
was just I wasn't going to be that guy. Now later in life, here they are as adults, and yeah, of course we've
Yeah.
put one in the air together a couple times.
Right.
I mean, it's happened. Did they pay you off in nut ragu bars? They could have. Nowadays, parents don't want to parent, so they just drop kids off and let them run, and then kids have no respect because they aren't being taught it if they're running around being disrespectful. That's Tasha Mack. Yeah. Little doggy said you should see the stuff that was happening on Ashland University by the Village back in the day. There were orgies on car hoods. I believe that to be true. That probably is true. All right. So look, at least here though, you get away with something like that. Even if you get caught, maybe you get in a little trouble.
Yeah.
But one of the things that young people are struggling to understand, they're learning the hard way, the FAFO way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
F
yeah.
around and find out.
Well,
right?
I mean, hey, sometimes.
So some young people are a little bit more entitled, and they don't understand. It's just like the modern day protesters. They don't even know really
Right.
the history, why they're protesting. They're just out there because they're out there.
Right.
and so they're always shocked when something goes wrong.
Right.
Here's what happens. This is called F around and find out. A 21-year-old American college student sentenced to a year in a Dubai prison.
Ooh.
Probably not where you want to be, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
After being accused of assaulting and insulting airport staff during a layover.
Oh.
Her name is Elizabeth Polanco de los Santos. She was denied boarding July 15th traveling through Dubai International.
Oh, no.
She was subjected to, quote, unpleasant, humiliating, offensive searches when traveling from Istanbul to New York.
Oh, no.
Elizabeth's experience through Dubai has left our organization detained in Dubai, calling for increased travel warnings to U.S. citizens, someone said. Elizabeth only intended to go through Dubai 6 hours, but she's been there for months on end and has lost $50,000 in expenses and lawyer costs. She's now been told she has a 1-year prison sentence, but if all goes well, she'll only be detained until she can book a flight. But here's what was happening. She was traveling to Turkey with a friend. She had a 10-hour layover at United Arab Emirates. We thought it would be a more modern and futuristic city. We were wrong, she said. Authorities told her to remove the doctor-mandated waist training brace she wore while going through airport security. Why are you wearing a doctor-mandated waist training brace?
What is that even?
Well, typically waist training is what some of these girls do to make their waist really small and their ass really big.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
they put these things on, they squeeze it, and it,
Right.
yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know why, in what world that's doctor mandated. Okay. It doesn't even make sense, but okay. Neither here nor there. Let's pause on that. She hesitantly agreed. She was led to a booth where female security officers took the trainer off in a, quote, rough manner. I felt really violated. I was uncomfortable. She attempted to put it back on. It usually requires 2 people and asked for help. The security officers blocked her exit, so the student nudged them while calling her friend for help. She nudged the airport security in Dubai. Okay?
Mistake number 1.
She says, I gently touched it. You know that's a lie.
Yeah.
I gently touched her arm to guide her out of the way, then started crying for my friend for help. After the search came back clear, officials told her she would be detained for touching the female customs officer. She was kept for several hours. Since the incident, she's been unable to return home to New York. Her apartment lease has expired. The classes at the college where she enrolled have resumed. She's required to pay $4,500. Custom officers are appealing the decision. I guess they want her to stay around. So anyway, but my point being is that, this is the problem when you're
Young.
and entitled.
Right.
You watch TikTok, you watch all this stuff where people just talk to everybody crazy. And you get over to another country because you don't have any perspective. You think somehow you're the guiding principle of morality and what's right and wrong. And you get into another country and you find out real fast they don't give a shit what you think.
Right.
They don't give a shit where you come from, who you are, what you're in Dubai.
You're right.
You better act right. You better Google us. Check it out.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's a dumb play. Mistress Mayhem said maybe she had a tummy tuck. Okay, maybe. Tactical Turkey said it's a fat band, make you look skinny. Maybe all of that's true, But this is what happens though when people don't have they don't come out with humility. That's one thing that seems lost on some young people is a little bit of humility.
Yeah.
Well, it does. I mean, it
No,
seems like
I will agree with you
they,
on that.
they're all they're the quickest to tell you you're an idiot.
Right.
You're wrong.
Right.
This is what I should get. This is what I should have. Hold on a second, man. You're at Burger King, bitch. You're at Burger King. Settle down.
What up, Chad?
What's going on, man?
Chad said, "What's up, people?
What up, Ronnie James?
How you enjoying that vacation, man?"
Who?
Chad.
Oh, it's Chad Sledge.
Yeah.
Oh, what up?
Yeah.
The sledgehammer in the house.
He said,
man.
"What's up on the Patrick and the People Facebook?"
What up, buddy? What up? Okay, let's. What do I like here? I got a couple things here that I wanted to share. Yeah, let's go with this. How many good days do you think you have a year?
Oh, well, what are we defining as a good day?
All right, that's a great way to segue to it. Let's do that. You might not keep track of how many good days you have in a year. New research crunches the numbers to come up with a total. Turns out the average American experiences 252 good days a year.
Well, that's pretty good, man.
But folks in some states are lucky enough to get more.
Oh,
According to a survey of 5,000 adults, evenly split across 50 states. Floridians enjoy the highest number of good days, 276.
okay.
Weather. It's about weather.
Yeah.
Georgia, Delaware, Hawaii, Idaho, Oregon are next, 264. Those in Connecticut, Kentucky, Vermont are missing out. They get 228 good days. The research finds that people can tell if they'll have a good day or not by 8:30 a.m. on average. So it depends on.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Because there's been
kinda
plenty of
sets
times
the
I've
tone.
woke up in the morning and just like those first couple hours, getting the kiddo up, ready, everything, and you're just like,
You're
you know
fighting
what?
your kid, you're
Today's
fighting
just
everything.
gonna be a effed up day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt that. Happy birthday, Chad.
Yes. Happy birthday, my brother.
Yeah.
Almost half have a ritual or routine to make a regular day feel good or special. Food makes a big difference in the kind of day they'll have. 93% say they need food throughout the day for it to be good. See, that's why we're fat. Specifically, they want to eat high protein, low sugar, and nutrient. No, they don't. Having an optimistic outlook can help unlock a good day, along with laughing at little things, it says, and spending quality time with your family. Beyond good days, people say the most important thing for a happy life is good health, having strong relationships, and a sense of purpose. Mike asked, a little dog, he said, did you see the protest in Mexico? Yeah. Actually, I have been seeing that. It's a real odd, if it's the ones I'm thinking of, Mexico, there's a lot of people there are mad because Americans apparently are moving over there
Yep.
and gentrifying the neighborhoods.
Oh, yeah.
So now they're shooting them with water guns and stuff because they don't want them there. Water guns is just practice training people. You better get the hell out of there.
I mean,
You don't want the cartel in there. How many days do we have a PATP show in a year? Days with no show throw me off from the start. Turkey, that's fair. That's fair. Bundy said, shit, every day I'm alive, everyone I love is healthy. I'll have 365 good days. Hey, man, that's the right way to see it. I don't feel that way.
Right.
I have bad days, but typically it's not. It's a bad period in a day. But sometimes a day can just, metastasize on you and just go wrong.
well, that's what.
It's just a number of things line up.
That's what I was thinking, because like you were talking about Florida and the weather, and
Yeah.
they have, and then it just, I don't know, man. There's just so many that's subjective. There's so many different things that what makes a good day for you may not be what makes a good day for me.
What would be, barring some fantasy thing, what would be something that says, yeah, this is going to be an awesome day if you woke up and blank happened? It's going to be an awesome day.
Again, man, I can't I guess I'm really trying to think. I mean, I guess like if it was a day where I got like a big booking or something, as an
So if it
announcer
started
working.
with
Yeah,
a
if it started,
booking.
yeah. Like, hey, that morning that I
Yeah.
came to the studio and I got booked for the midget wrestling, and I was
Yeah.
driving here, and hey, we want you. That was the start of a great day.
There you go. Okay, so a booking for you early
Right.
would really set a tone for you for
Yeah,
a great day.
that's
okay.
that's a pretty positive way to start off a day,
Then
I'd say.
you've at least identified one thing that would do that.
Right. But I mean, again, there's different things. My kiddo waking up and getting himself dressed and fed and ready to go off the bus to
Yeah.
school on his own. Like,
I remember.
that would be a great day.
I remember when just my kid not shitting his pants was a great day.
Well, exactly.
That was a great start. I was
We've
like, "Man,
moved
that's
way
great."
past that now. We're
Yeah, no, that's
well,
good.
great,
That's good. No,
I know you still have problems, but
I do. Will you help me?
no,
I need to be cleaned right now.
no,
I've got a smush patty sitting there. Will you get it?
no.
Sick son of a bitch. Brandon said, wake up and get a Hummer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be a great way to start your day.
Depends on who's giving it.
Yeah.
I've been working on keeping positive outlook, Tasha Mack says. Yeah. There are lots of
That's
ways.
what it all boils
It
down
does.
to, man.
And sometimes it's what you put in that matters.
Right.
Like if you're going to watch TikTok for 7 straight hours, maybe occasionally search for some positive content.
Right.
Don't just watch the worst stuff. Because that's what I think a lot of people end up. And TikTok's algorithm is shitty because if you watch one video of something,
That's what they're going to show
it's
you.
going to give you 50 of them.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
if
yeah.
you watch one, tornado blowing up a neighborhood, you're
Then
going to
it
watch
thinks all
8
you
of
want
them.
is, doom and gloom. And
But I love tornado videos,
I
so I
do
have a
too.
lot of them, man. I just, man, they're awesome.
Lovey says it's not about what happens, it's about how you react to it, which is,
No,
I mean,
that's absolutely true. Just some of us are assholes, and we don't react well. But you are right about that. You're absolutely right. Said neuro-linguistic programming. That's true. It is, so much of your how you feel has to do with self-talk.
right.
Because we're all real guilty of saying, man, I might talk to myself during the day and be like, man, you're an idiot.
Right.
And really that's terrible to say to yourself.
How often
you
have
know.
you said this one? Man, that's always just my luck. Something
Yeah.
like this always happens to
To
me.
me, right.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
gonna
great thing to
happen.
put out
It's
there.
gonna happen to me.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, and you're right. That to me, I don't like that. I try to catch myself in those moments.
That's
and
usually,
get it out.
That's usually where I'm like, let's change that thought a little bit. Yeah.
Tasha Mack said, I'm working with a spiritual healer. She's been amazing in helping me heal trauma and fix my negative attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great. I think anytime that you can, pursue, first, if you can identify something, because most people, and I'm just going to be honest, I feel like most people lack self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
They're not aware or willing to be aware of problems they have. So you might meet someone who goes, well, I'm just a take it or leave it kind of person. Either you get down with the way I am or you don't.
Yeah, no, you are.
No, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. I want to be an asshole, and either you can live with it or you can't.
Now, I have told people, like, when you do start to make that decision about,
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm going to be more consciously aware about everything that everything I'm consuming, from
Yeah.
TV, from music, from whatever, like, it is a bit interesting to when you really step back from that and look at the picture and go, geez, I can't believe how much outside stuff I let influence
Yes.
just me on a daily basis.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it is true. Lovey said, that's what I am. Find a healer, not a doctor.
right?
Yeah, I mean, it may not be a doctor that you need for things like. Matter of fact, probably isn't for something like that. It's a reset of the way you think, because whether you know it or
Rewiring
not,
your brain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it is whether you know it or not. The synapses as your brain chemicals go through your brain, your thoughts. You have
Right.
to initiate a chemical process, and you can literally create these paths,
Right.
like a rut, if you will, in your brain. And
Right.
so to change that, it's harder to do because you've developed this channel that goes through all the time. So you have to consciously, actively catch it and change it.
Right.
Most of us, and I learned this many, many years ago from a book I read and I really believe in, most of us have tapes that play that we aren't even conscious of.
Right.
They're tapes from when you were younger and things that were said to you, be it by your parents, your siblings, people in the neighborhood, teachers,
Right.
just anyone who might have had some influence on your life, right? And so those tapes will play, and they play so quickly,
Absolutely.
you don't even catch it.
Right.
And they're most of the time they're labels, they're negative, and you
Right.
don't have to wear it, but you have to know it's there and you have to stop it.
Right. Right.
You have to stop it, and you have to be able to catch it in that moment and replace it, and go, nope, I'm not going to keep saying that about myself.
And
or I'm not gonna
sometimes
keep
it's
doing that.
not even thoughts, man. Sometimes it's just so embedded in your subconscious. It's choices you make,
Yeah.
behaviors that you do,
Could be.
reactions to certain situations.
Yeah.
Like it's, yeah.
Yeah. Tasha said, I'm very self-aware. I know I'm broken and flawed, but I'm trying every day to be a better human and spread love. First of all, that's kind. Second, you're not broken.
No.
You're not broken. You may have issues that you're dealing with. You may have some ways that you think that you want to make better, but you're not broken. Matter of fact, you're a very good human being. You're just a normal human being. Brandon said, I saved a turtle yesterday who was crossing the road, and I moved him across. Oh,
That's
no,
awesome.
that was Tasha said she saved a turtle. Well, that is
Oh.
nice. Yeah. That's where hypnotherapy works. Rewire your brain, Lovey-dovey
Yes.
says. Yes. Hypnotherapy, meditation. I know these sound like some almost hippie things to say, but if you're going to talk about mental health, you have to be honest about it.
Right.
And look, if you have challenges, right, and what you're doing is not working to fix it, then you have to stop. You got to find a way that is going to work.
My biggest issue
Mm-hmm.
is discipline.
Yeah.
Like you have to be very disciplined every day
Yeah.
to create, and it's so easy to just slip back into
It is.
those patterns and those comforts that you're used to.
It is, but it might be that I try to tell people, how to eat an elephant one bite at a time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so if you feel like, hey, I have a negative thoughts that I'm combating,
Right.
and I want to beat them, well, maybe trying to tackle the entire day is too difficult.
Right. Break
Maybe
it
it's
down.
too overwhelming.
Right. Right.
So maybe instead you go, you know what, 30 minutes in the morning,
Yep.
I'm going to quietly read or watch something positive.
Right.
And then in the evening, before I go to bed at some point for 30 minutes, I'm going to watch and read something positive.
Right.
Not the news, not TikTok, not the assholes protesting, whatever they're protesting, not, whatever Trump's doing, not whatever Obama did.
Right.
None of that shit. You're going to watch something or read something that's nourishing and helps you reframe your thought process.
Absolutely.
And if you just do that maybe twice a day, it'll start to sink in over time.
Yeah.
If you're in your car, if you're not listening to PATP, you can put on some motivational stuff.
Absolutely.
Look, even TikTok has great motivational stuff. YouTube has it. I mean, it's everywhere. It's just a choice that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to sound funny here, but if I meet someone and all they listen to is like that hardcore death metal,
Right.
and that's it,
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, chances are you probably have some anger stuff going
Right.
on. I'm just going to be honest with you. And that's not a knock that you like that kind of music, because sometimes I like that kind of music.
Right.
But it's in doses, because if I listen to it, over and over
Too
and
long.
nothing else, it's going to seep into me.
Right. Right.
There's no way around it.
Absolutely.
Anything that you do repeatedly will seep into you.
For sure.
One way or the other. And so if all the enforcement you're getting in your brain is negative, then it's going to be negative.
What is Brandon's obsession with me sitting there? He's telling me about my posture, man. Sit up straight, Rich.
Put it in reverse, Brando.
Right?
Just messing with you, buddy. Richie, I don't know why.
I don't know. Anyways,
You wanna call him out?
I do, man. I want to be
wanna
like,
call
just
it-
leave me alone, man.
Tell him to come to the studio?
Yeah, there you go.
Is that what you're gonna do, man?
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon.
Let's go to break here and do something else. All right, we'll be back. If you're looking for a vehicle, you know where to go. Fitz Auto is the place to go. Now, you can go online at fitzauto.com, or you can go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. What makes them different? What makes them special? Well, they work with you regardless of your credit history because they're their own bank. They don't have to ask anybody else. It's up to them who they work with. And they have late model, low mileage vehicles. They're going to save you money. They're going to put you in something you can be proud of. And it doesn't matter. Sports car, truck, SUV, boat, RV, camper, amphibious units. They've got motorcycles, anything you could possibly want on wheels and an engine. They've got it there for you. Check them out, fitzauto.com. Start there, in there. It's where you're going to go because it's the best deal.
Elon in the cut, a.k.a. Amos, a.k.a. Musk. Muskie E. Shit, bruh, I can't even choose cyber and gold or cyber and blue. Shout out Chucky Schumer. Hey, bro, fuck you and your antique bloomers while you dodging tumors. Fucking ruthless. I'm an astronaut swag, I'm the fuck in my bag. I can go to space just cause my girl on the rag. Shark free. So don't cap like Emos, don't get buckets. You don't like the DOGE, send you 2 dozen fuckets. The left used to call me hero. Mass-produced cars, gas use 0. Now Tesla's getting grilled like Trump steaks. Oh shit, I said Trump, that's a news break. Dude, my top story. Hey America, remember me? Yeah, it's your boy Muskie E. Tesla, the boring company. Neuralink and SpaceX. All the women I got pregnant with creepy sex. Hell yeah, I'm a fiend. If you're counting kids, I got 13. And if that isn't enough on my motherfucking plate, now I'm in charge of eliminating government waste. Yeah, I'm rolling with the DJT. Oh yeah, people hating on me. Wanna put me in the hot seat, but how you gonna label me a Nazi? I like free speech. Ask me if I give 2 shits, because motherfucker, I'm the real Richie Rich. 350 B's in my bank, check that. I'm footing Skechers and rocking a MAGA hat. Did I say that? You hate, that's on my head, newsflash. I wear that motherfucker to bed. Let me leave you something like my ex Amber Heard for Nancy Pelosi. I leave this turd, it's a bold choke. Ooh, oh, it's top story. Hey America, remember me? Yeah, it's your boy Muskie E. Tesla, the boring company. Neuralink and SpaceX. All the women I got pregnant with creepy sex. Hell yeah, I'm a fiend. If you're counting kids, I got 13. And if that wasn't enough on top of my plate, now I'm in charge of eliminating government waste. Hop in the self-driving Tesla Plaid, 1.9 to 60, yeah, I'm fucking bad. Shit, smoking fatties at the charging pad. Puff, passing to my fam, Joe Rogan. If one joint ain't enough, well shit, we'll just go again. The haters are little babies. I parked them all in the playpen, and now it's okay. You could say when. Have you had enough? Can I get an amen? Hey America, remember me? Yeah, it's your boy Muskie E. Tesla, the boring company. Neuralink and SpaceX. All the women I got pregnant with creepy sex. Hell yeah, I'm a fiend. If you're counting kids, I got 13. And if that wasn't enough on top of my plate, now I'm in charge of eliminating government waste. The real plug, baby. Plug it in. Get charged. Go to space. I won the race. Elon in the cut. A.k.a. Musk. A.k.a. Muskie. Muskie E. Elon in the cut. A.k.a. Musk. A.k.a. Muskie.
All right, here we are.
It was an old jam, man.
Yeah, man, throwback there. So let's pick up where we left off because a lot of comments that are worth sharing here.
Yeah.
Little Doggy said, I use diversion to help with obsessive thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, he said, I know I'm an asshole. I struggle with every sentence to not say the shitty thing, but it's hard to do. He said, to me, what matters is making other people feel better than I do. So what you're talking about, in my mind, is using service. A lot of times people who are facing depression or negative thoughts will use service to others as a means to stop the negative thoughts about themselves and to help others.
I got you.
And that is often something that can help people
Right.
because they quit focusing on their life and they're focusing on others.
Right.
And so that's helpful. reprogramming 30 minutes of meditation and mindfulness. Lovey Dovey says, yeah, no, that's a good call. That's kind of what we were talking about earlier, that kind of reset.
Let me just throw it out there, man. If you're into hypnotherapy, or you're not sure, or you want to try it out, wherever you are at on the hypnotherapy scale, I highly recommend Dovey.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's phenomenal.
Yeah. What up, Luke?
I'll tell you another thing. What up, Shoemaker? Another thing you can do, and I think you downloaded it, but I'll recommend it. It's 100% free. It's an app called Ash. You can do it by text, by typing back and forth, or you can choose one of 6 or 8 voices it has.
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
That's been a game changer, man.
And it really?
I mean, for real. Like,
Yeah.
I really enjoy. I haven't talked to it in the last few days, but
Yeah.
I do like
Like
again, another thing that I need to be disciplined about. But
it is, and it's hard, because we'll put our own mental health off for everything else.
right,
Whether we're
Right.
taking care of someone, whether we're doing something, that feels easier or better.
Right.
It's a lot easier to put one in the air than it is to go do some therapy that may be, painful at moments.
Right. Right.
But Ash is an app. It's 100% free. And, it's an amazing app, and it really is great for therapy if that's something that you're interested in. And in my opinion, everybody could use it.
Well, and look, it takes away the still, I guess, whatever the stigmatism of being a guy that
The shame
Yeah.
that you might feel going to tell somebody about something.
right,
That, is difficult because innately it's not a real human.
right.
That you can be probably more honest than you've ever been. And it's
And
really,
it's just you and the phone.
it's weird too, because you have to catch yourself and go, hold on, I'm not being honest.
right.
Because sometimes
Got to hold yourself accountable.
you do, because sometimes we fib a little bit
Right.
because the truth is difficult to say out loud. That's just a fact.
Bundy.
What Bundy say?
He said Dovey hypnotized Rich's ass off those Mountain Dews and some
Yeah, that's right. Get him
Yeah.
some damn water.
Yeah.
Jay said something I find interesting. He said, heads up, I will let you down. I'm not the person you think I am. I try to be, but I'm not.
Well, that's what we're talking about right there.
Yeah, I think I don't think that's uncommon, man. I think that I don't think that's even out of the norm. I think all of us put our best foot forward, our best face forward,
Right.
in most times. But all of us also have another side of us that is that other side, where it's the side when you're tired, when you don't feel good, when you're run down, that comes out. It's that root level, the root level negativity that exists in human beings, right?
Right.
And yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to? There's a reason monks go and don't talk for years.
Right.
I mean, bottom line is that all of us have negative undertones somewhere. And if I meet somebody who doesn't, I feel weird about it.
Well, and I
I
think
feel like it's not honest.
right. And for me, like what I was gonna say there is there's another aspect to that too of what is your what expectations are you placing on it? Mm-hmm. What are you wanting? What have you talked yourself into? Okay, if I do A, B, C, D, then I can expect this to happen.
Right.
Because D may not happen in the way you imagined it. It doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It may have been a little less. It may have been an undertone of something.
Yeah.
But I think so many people get fixated on their own idea of what they want to have happen. When it doesn't, then they feel like, I came up short.
That's
and really,
right.
you didn't.
No. We have perceptions of what the world's supposed to be like. Some of those are created by media.
Right.
Some of them are created by movies, things like that. You may have a fictional idea of what a relationship should be like.
Yeah.
Maybe the best version you've ever seen is only in movies. Maybe your parents didn't have a good one.
Right.
Maybe you never knew anybody had a good one. So you think that this is what's supposed to be, but it's not. It's not reality.
Right,
It's a
right.
movie for a reason, Tasha said, Mike helps me a lot. He talks to me and lets me know I matter in the world. I like that, and I don't. I like that because I'm glad that Mike's there, and I'm glad that you get that feeling from him. But the issue there is, why do you feel you don't matter to the world?
Right.
You know, and I don't mean that in a funny way. I mean that legitimately. Like, why wouldn't you matter? Why shouldn't you matter? Of course you do. You know, so, but I understand what you're saying too, because my wife will tell me, because I'm like, well, da-da-da, and she'll be like, yeah, that's how you feel.
Right.
And I appreciate you saying that, but it doesn't alter how I feel.
I got you.
You know, because sometimes you think just by telling someone, no, of course you're beautiful.
Right.
You know, well, yeah, you're supposed to tell me that. You love me.
Right, right.
All right, you're my husband. You're supposed to say that. But I don't feel that way.
Right.
And if I don't feel that way, it doesn't matter. And that's true.
That is.
You know, but it also tells me that you're in a cycle
Right.
of negativity that you cannot escape, you know, for whatever reason. And so the question becomes, if you're perpetually having this negative feeling about self on a particular area, maybe you're mad at yourself about your weight. Maybe you don't think you're attractive. Maybe you don't think you make enough. Maybe you don't think you have a good enough job. Maybe you haven't accomplished enough. Whatever it is, you know, you are reinforcing it regularly in your own head. And until you stop and acknowledge, I'm the one creating this perception in me.
Right. Right.
I'm self-sabotaging.
Yep.
And because that's what you're doing. You're self-sabotaging. Because in your mind, if you don't matter, then what difference does anything make to you, right? It's going to filter into every other thing.
Why try?
Every
Why
feeling,
do? Yeah.
every decision. You know, people don't really care about me. Does it really matter if I go to work? Does it, you know, am I...
Right. Is anybody going to really care if I
Are my
disappeared off
kids
the
are
earth
better
tomorrow?
off without me?
Oh, yeah.
You know, all of those thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I've had those thoughts often raising a child.
Sure.
You know, am I doing right? Am I, you know, and still there's days that as a dad, I feel like, man, I came up short again, man. You know, like, I got so busy with work and, you know, other thing, man, I couldn't, you know, do that. I couldn't answer that one, hey, daddy, right then. And
right. No, I feel you. Mike said, I love you, buddy. You're a fantastic specimen. Maybe not as manly as Rich Ep and Rockwell. Both true. I appreciate that. I love you as well, my friend. I've known you a long time.
You know,
and
I'm
you're
going
a
to
good
come out and
person.
say another thing with it too, man. Mindset and thoughts and putting out and all that. And it does come, like, that is but you have to be able to recognize and celebrate even those small wins along the route, man.
Yeah.
You know, to gain that confidence really and really sink in that rewiring. But
ultimately, being able to be vulnerable and live in that space for a minute is what matters. You know, when you can be as honest.
Hey, weren't we just talking about vulnerability last week or something?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
When you can be honest with yourself and be vulnerable enough to go, here's where my loop is.
Right.
This is the tape that's playing. Mm-hmm. And I'm reinforcing it. I might even be reinforcing it inadvertently out loud over and over again.
Right.
You know, for example, I'm not saying you do at all, Tasha Mack, but if repeatedly throughout the day you're saying, well, do I really matter? Does it? Then you're reinforcing this.
Right. Right.
You know, whether you mean to or you don't mean to. As Dovey said, neuro-linguistic programming. Mm-hmm. You're programming yourself. And it's really, I mean, it's simple and not. You know, it's simple and not.
It is, because when you really like dive into it and you start kind of figuring out the light bulb goes off in your head that you know, oh, okay. And a lot of it, like, there's been a couple of good books that I've read, both by an author, Louise L. Hay is her name.
Okay.
But one of them is You Can Heal Your Life, which was like her first book. And then another one was You Can Create an Exceptional Life. But it talks a lot about your thought process and everything. It even goes as far as to say, like, you know, and whether you believe it or not, but that we, before we're even, like, born, essentially kind of choose, like, who we want our parents to be, what life lessons we're going to go through, like, you know, what experiences. Again, whether you believe that or not, but.
Right. Yeah. You know, I spent, until I was 30, I was very, very angry. Surprise. But I really was legitimately angry with my dad.
Yeah.
Like, I hated him so much, okay? Because I grew up in a pretty violent household.
Right.
I grew up with, he had mental illness. He had mental illness.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, my entire family did. It's what you call dysfunctional.
Right.
And so I was very angry for a long time because I didn't know how to process all that.
Right.
I didn't know what to do with it, and until I was able to move past that, forgiveness is not about the other person. That's the first thing you need to know. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about you. It's about unburdening yourself.
Right.
Because when you carry that, somebody, a very simple thing that was said to me is, every bit of hate you have pushes out space for love.
It's a good quote, man.
I mean, it's just true.
Right.
If every time that you have a negative feeling, it's pushing out the ability for a positive feeling to be there.
Absolutely.
And whether you want it to be or not, it's a choice.
Right.
Now, you may be like, well, I don't know. How is it a choice? It just pops in my head. Yeah, but you're not rewiring. You're not catching. You're not reframing. You're
Right.
not.
The reason it pops into your head is because you've made this choice
Yes.
to have that thought so many times that now that, as you were talking about, that,
it's
of
got
course,
yeah,
it's got
it's a
that
trigger.
exit. Yeah.
It's just like a program. It triggers it. If I push a button here to play a song,
Right.
it's going to play that song.
Right. Right.
And if I play it over and over and over and over, it's going to create that groove. And so you have to acknowledge that you're self-sabotaging.
Right.
And when you do that, and the first time that you find one of these tapes that are playing, and I had a plethora of them when I started going through that process myself, and now I regularly do these inventories on myself
Right.
to try to find them. To be honest, but when you find the first one and you go, oh my God, here's a label that I've been wearing since I was a kid. It could be
Right.
a bully said it to me. It could be something from your parents. It could be from anywhere. But when you find it and you go, okay, every time that creeps up, I'm gonna put a stop on it, and I'm gonna go, hold on, I don't have to wear that label anymore. It doesn't fit.
Right.
It never did fit.
Right.
It's not a correct label for me. And when you do that enough times and you make that one change with that one thing, you'll realize the power you have in your life can change.
Yep.
Because you'll realize yes, it's helpful to have someone else to talk to if you need tools you don't have. Okay, because all of us need tools. Look,
Right.
if you're going to build a house, you have to have certain tools. You need more than a hammer and a saw.
Right.
Hammer and saw is great, but you got to have other things to build a house.
Right.
And if you don't have that, you can't. Not a good one.
Right.
So there are times where you need to go to see someone for tools, but sometimes if you'll just be quiet enough to listen to what's going on in your own head, put the distractions down, and hear that when that negative comes in, you'll start to realize the power you have over your own life.
Right.
To stop self-sabotaging and start living a better day. Sometimes my wife will say, I don't even know how, sometimes it can be, everything's falling down and somehow you're still managing to have this disposition that I don't understand.
Right.
And that's a blessing and a curse. But I've learned to compartmentalize because sometimes things are really shitty. And I still have to live life. My kids still need me to be there. My wife needs me to be there, and just because I'm having a shit day doesn't mean I should affect everyone else's day.
Right.
And so I learned to compartmentalize. And that's part of being a kid in a violent house.
Yeah.
It's a positive byproduct from a negative experience.
Well, and I think another part of that too is to just recognize, the things that you can't control or the things that you can't change or, whatever, just to, let it go. What's going to happen is going to happen, You can sit there and stress about it and talk bad about it and talk, bad to yourself about it, but is it going to change what's currently going on right now? And if not, then why focus on it, man?
Tasha said, I feel lonely and a lot. I have friends, but I don't have deep connection friends, and no matter how I try to make them. That can be difficult. First of all, I think, to be honest, the deep connection has to start with self. It has to start there. Because you're never going to have the friendship that has the depth you want until you have the depth with yourself. Tasha, you are a person I would directly say that Ash app I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Download that app because I think for you in particular, like myself, I think you and I have some similarities here. You need to talk through things. You need to work it down to the finest point in your head to be right with it. All right? Download that Ash app and don't do it as a typing thing. Do it as a talk thing where you talk back and forth. You can choose from several voices. If you prefer to talk to a guy versus a girl, doesn't matter. Whatever makes you most comfortable. And start there and see if that will help you, because I think that once you get into those conversations, because when I tell you that it becomes, when I'm using that app, there have been multiple times where I talk back to it and say thank you or something like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not a real person.
We've got booking news.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I can't really see. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Ronnie said, I got my ass beat almost every day. I guess because I look so much like my dad, which I never knew.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably bad to get your ass beat every day. I've been there. Yeah, huh?
Just sorry. Other stuff going on, man.
Well, it's clearly what's going on?
No, it's just that I've got so not this week, next week I'm flying up to Michigan for Midget Wrestling Warriors.
Okay.
And so they just sent me my flight information, and I've got to transfer through Chicago again.
Oh, back to
And I was like, damn it, I just said I don't ever want to go through that airport again.
No, you're going to be spending a lot of
time. But again, that's it right there. A potentially negative thing.
There you go.
I don't want to go through Chicago, but hey, for whatever reason.
You caught it.
Right.
Okay, so you have to go, okay, let me unpack this. So I didn't have a good experience my first trip through O'Hare.
Right.
Because of that, now I have this trepidation.
Right.
But really, the fact is, no matter what airport I'm going through, it's probably a similar experience. Right. I'm still going to get to the same destination at the same time.
And we're still going to have fun.
And you're still going to have fun. So, how can I overcome whatever it is that's happening there that bothers me? Do I need to take something to read? Do I need to plan to social media then? Do I need, a Xanax? I mean, what is it that I'm going to need to get through this? You know what I mean? Little doggy said, Rich is awesome in general. He is. But, that's the great thing is everybody in general.
Whoa, what's up, man?
What's up?
One of my childhood friends man, he was like my neighbor, just popped into the show.
Not one of the imaginary friends.
No, not one of the imaginary friends. He's real. So yeah. What's up, Steve? How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in.
Steve, how you doing, man? Welcome. A different kind of well, every day here.
Sorry, man. I'm just breaking off into topics, but
into
other off topic.
Great.
I mean,
it's great. No, it's great.
But a simple thing of that, and like little doggy was saying, I'm awesome, and I appreciate that, man, and I do, and I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
But really, and we've had this conversation before, and I know, where am I trying to say with this? Like the confidence growth that I've seen just in myself from when day one of starting an episode with you to now is
it's night and day.
Right. Absolutely.
But if you had, let's.
But there is still that voice in my head that I have to catch sometimes. It's like, man, people don't really enjoy you there. Like this is all going to go away, and you're not going to be on.
Eventually, everything is going to go away.
Right.
So accept that right up front. Everything is going to go away. You don't control shit.
Right.
And when you accept that up front, that you have zero control.
And that's
That's the key,
the key.
And so then it requires you to live in this very moment and go, in this moment, I'm delivering.
Right. In this moment, I'm kicking ass.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy it while it lasts.
There are other moments where I don't, and I know that. But I'm able to go, okay, so that might not have been my best moment, but I had 10 other ones that I like.
Right.
So I can't linger on that, right? But you're right. You have to catch it. You have to reframe it, and you have to practice it. Brandon said Rich has BDE now.
Yeah, what is BDE?
Big dick energy.
Oh. See, that Mountain Dew doesn't do everything they say it does.
No, it's like crack. That's what it is, man. Yeah.
You know, I was honestly 100%. Two things that I'm addicted to in life, and I've said this for years. My crutches are Mountain Dew and cigarettes.
Okay.
And I had kicked the Mountain Dew pretty well back when I was like into kickboxing and working out and everything.
Yeah.
And then like, not that I'm complaining because I'm not.
Yeah.
But as I got more involved with everything else and had to kind of put that on the back burner, bam, I picked up that Mountain Dew again, man.
Yeah.
It just
And you know what? It's going to be things like that. You have, again, it's all how you tell yourself, because now you can tell yourself, well, shit, you know, I guess I'm just weak. I'm just not disciplined.
Right.
I'm just not able to do it. You know, no matter what I do, I can't do it. But that's the wrong thing to say. You know, the thing to say is, I've beaten it before. I will beat it again. This may not be my best moment, but I'm working towards accomplishing that.
Right.
And that's a better way to frame it, you know.
Yes, the Brad, it's called Ash, A-S-H.
Yes.
A-S-H.
Ash is the name of the app. It's completely free. There's no upgrading that I'm aware of, anything like that. It's just a very, very, very good mental health AI. It's AI. So when you talk to it, it talks to you like a person.
And like what I really liked about it too is that based off of what you tell it, like it will split off into tons of different topics for you and different things. And even if one topic gets too much where you're like, hey, I need to take a break from talking about this for a second.
Yeah.
Like I've even said to it, like, can we put a pause on that for right now? And then it'll, you know, why don't you tell me about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, or sometimes.
That was originally why I'd grabbed my phone, was to pull up the Ash app and kind of share a little bit of it.
So when I pull up the app now, because I've been using it, she'll start with, and I use a female voice because it's more comfortable to me, but she'll start with, so last time we talked, how has that gone since then?
Yeah.
You know, and so we'll pick up right where we left off. But the other thing I like is it gives you a summary after, you know, a running
session
summary
or whatever,
of what you've talked about, what you're working on, what the suggestions were, because there have been more than one time now that I've had breakthrough moments. By breakthrough, what I mean is it's given me a suggestion,
right?
That I went, oh, I hadn't thought of that,
right?
Yeah, and
is it like a suggestion on like doing something different or reacting? So it's gotten me that way too, man.
And I have to tell you that it's making a significant difference in my life.
Yeah.
In the way I'm communicating better with my wife.
Right.
Because it's important. You know, the way you communicate is super important. And it's easy to, look, if you're a couple and you've had some challenges, and let's say that you've had some challenges maybe for a year or two, right? Maybe you're not in the place that you best want to be. And so you're kind of in a perpetual state of aggravation with each other, right? I mean, everybody's been there if you're in a relationship, right? So what happens is you get what I call raw. Your nerves are raw.
Right.
So instead of maybe being patient as you might on your best day, when they say something to you that it instantly goes 0 to 60. Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to come home. It's da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And that's how it rolls, right? But that's definitely self-sabotage.
Yeah.
No matter, even if they're absolutely wrong in what they're doing, you're sabotaging yourself because now you've given control over to an emotion that's probably going to run with you the rest of the night and just lay waste to your spirit.
Right.
Or you can stop, and it's hard. It's hard to do. But you can stop and go, okay, what's a different way to approach this?
To pause and not be reactionary to
Yes, to not be histrionic, to be able to have levity and go, okay, I hear what you're saying.
Right.
You know, I hear what you're saying. You know, if I'm hearing you right, what you're saying to me is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Is that right? Yes, it is right. No, I understand, and I appreciate that. And it's not to being a scorekeeper, because if every time you accept a criticism, you feel like you have to make them accept a criticism
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
no.
equal.
No.
You're never going to accomplish what you want.
Never.
It may be that they're wrong. It may be that they're often mistaken in the way they approach something.
Right.
But you're part of the problem too. There's no way around it.
Right. Right.
You know, and so you have to learn to be able to accept a criticism without going, yeah, but, or when you do,
Right.
you have to be able, if you cannot do that, you will not overcome your issues.
Right. Right.
You will not overcome them if you cannot accept a criticism without trying to even the score. And that's one of the hardest things in the world to do.
Right.
Is take it right on the chin, mirror it back to them and go, so what I hear you say is da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Yeah, okay, let me work on that. I'm going to think about that, and I'm going to find some ways to make that better.
Right.
Because I do appreciate what I want to meet your needs.
But
you know?
also, when you're giving that criticism, when you're on the opposite
There's a way
side
to
of it,
do it better.
you need to. You can't just come out and you're fucking this up and
Yeah.
you don't do this
No.
right and why do you do it like that? No, you can't beat
No.
me down with it.
No, then you're just what you're probably the worst person in your life was to you at one point.
Right.
Whether it's your dad, your mom, a bully, you're just emulating the negativity because you're hurt.
Right. Right.
And hurt people.
Yep.
Bottom line.
Yep.
You know, and so if you learn not to be a hurt people and react as a trauma person all the time, and it is tough.
It is.
It's challenging.
Because you're still going to hit those nerves that you want to just, hey, let me tell you something.
You're going to screw up.
Right.
You're going to screw up. We're all going to do it, you know. But what happens is we get ourselves into a place that I call fight or flight mode, right?
Right.
Which is...
And I've lived in that place for a long time.
You get into an argument with someone, and tell me this isn't true. If you get into an argument with someone, have you ever gotten into an argument and you've come to the realization you were wrong,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you ain't going to stop the fight?
Right.
Damn
Right.
well you're not going to stop the fight because now it's too heated. There's too much at stake, and that's what you're going to do, right?
Right. Yeah, you've dug in. You're gonna stand your even though you
Right.
know you're wrong.
No,
you're
you're
gonna
wrong.
go down with the ship.
No, you're wrong.
Right.
But your ego,
Yeah.
your pride,
Oh,
says, "Oh, I can't do that."
ego death is one of the
But
hardest
that's-
things.
That's where you have to be able to go, okay, let me walk away for a second because I might be wrong here.
Right.
And let me just walk away for a second. I want to give me just a second to gather myself.
Yeah.
And you go out, walk away, get some space, then come back and say, after thinking about it, I think I understand what you were saying. I think you were saying this.
Right.
And it made me I felt like this, and I'm sorry that and I know that sounds like a bunch of mushy hippie type shit, but to be honest with you, some of the hippie shit
Absolutely,
ain't
yeah.
wrong.
No.
Some of the hippie shit's right.
Right.
And sometimes you have to put yourself in a space that's vulnerable if you want a meaningful relationship in your life.
Yeah.
If you do, look, because I'll talk about anything with you, man. I don't, me and you've had many candid
yeah,
conversations,
absolutely.
and I'll put myself in very vulnerable places.
Dude, as far as our friendship
Yeah.
for lack of a fucking relationship
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
it has very much grown into, hey, we knew each other, we're acquaintances, we met,
Yep.
we started doing the show, became friends.
Yep.
You moved through that mentor spot for me where I was like, dang, Patrick really is sort of a mentor to me. He's helping me kind of navigate this road to,
Scary.
somebody that, right. But yeah, to somebody that I could, call you up and say, man, I'm having a rough time right now, bro.
man.
Can I just,
man,
can I
just let me
pick your
lean
brain
on you
for a minute?
second.
Yeah.
Help me figure this out because I
Right.
feel like maybe I'm off base. And I probably I'm certain of it. I'd probably come in and run something past you and went, man, this maybe I'm just
Dude.
misreading the room, but what do you think about this?
Right.
And sometimes it helps me sort through things, and that's what Ash can do for you. It's what good friends can do for you, but you have to be willing to be in that vulnerable place to
Right.
be that.
Right.
We have really
Yeah, we've gotten on a good topic here. We
did.
need to have
We
a
got on
part
a great
two.
topic. We will definitely look for a part two. It's time to end the show today, but don't forget that tonight I will be hosting at the Looney Bin.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're interested, we will probably not be talking about mental health in that way, but we will in a funny way. I can promise you that. It's going to be a great night. If you need any real estate help, I had somebody reach out to me yesterday. I'm working on them right now. They've got some property to sell. I haven't listed it yet, but if you're looking for somewhere between 1.5 and 2.5 acres near East End, Sheridan area, then reach out to me. I haven't listed it yet, but it might be a property that you could take advantage of and get for the right kind of price.
Yep.
I think this is a good opportunity for somebody. But meanwhile, we will see you next time.
Later, everyone.